President Obama's administration announces a Pell Grant initiative today. One America's Nohely Mendoza is in the studio live with us now with more on what the pilot program means for taxpayers across the nation.
The Education and Justice Departments announced a pilot program today, the so-called Second Chance Pell Pilot Program that gives some prisoners access to federal Pell Grants. Pell Grants are for low-income students and do not have to be repaid. Students can receive nearly $6,000 to cover tuition, books, and other expenses. President Obama's aim is to test how effective correctional education programs can be in breaking the cycle of repeat offenders. But the issue of Pell Grants dates back to 1994.
The Senate will now resume consideration of S-1607, the crime bill.
That's when Congress banned prisoners from being eligible for financial assistance. The Obama administration can't lift the ban on Pell Grants without congressional approval, but the Education Department can use its authority to run a pilot program. So what does this mean for taxpayers? It means a portion of taxpayer money, which already pays for Pell Grants, would go directly toward a select number of inmates, something the White House says is worth it. The administration cites a 2013 study. It found prisoners who participated in educational programs were 43% less likely to return to prison within 3 years than those who did not.
Education is hugely important for people who've been incarcerated. It's really a pathway to successful reentry.
However, many Republicans have already expressed concern about the program. They argue federal education funds should be spent on law-abiding families struggling to cover college costs. And many say they oppose the notion of helping convicted criminals at a time of government deficits. Specifically, Republican Congressman Chris Collins has introduced a bill blocking President Obama's plans to restore funding for in-prison college programs. He says his bill, called the Kids Before the Cons Act, closes the loophole the Obama administration is trying to exploit and protects taxpayers from footing the bill for criminals' educations. Representatives Tom Reed and Chris Gibson have already backed the bill. According to officials, the pilot program will be open to prisoners eligible for release within a 5-year time frame and is expected to last 3 to 5 years. Currently, more than 2 million students in the U.S. receive Pell Grants. Here in the studio, Nohely Mendoza, One American News.